Hello there. How we all doing?
Great.
We can do a little bit better than that. How we all doing? Okay, good. I mean, I gave you wine and everything. You got to be a little more energetic than that. I want to thank you all for coming to the Opportunity Coalition this evening. I want to thank the Innovation Pavilion. This is the space that you're in right now. I bought this building a few years ago from a lender, partly because I loved what the Innovation Pavilion was doing. Over 80 companies have been created here, entrepreneurs of all ages. If you're interested in learning more about their program and all the events that they have here, you can talk to Hannah Juergens. Where's Hannah? I saw you before, over there. And we also have Chris Winslow here with us this evening as well. Chris, right over there. So, I also want to thank the Opportunity Coalition Advisory Board. We have a few of them with us this evening. We have Nicole Gamp with Borlino. Nicole. We have Christina Whalen with Denver Mortgage. Christina. We have Millie Kitchen with JP Morgan. We have John Brackney with Webolutions. And we have Sue Kenfield, who just introduced me to See It Thrive. Did I miss anybody? Okay, good. Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge Ashley Juge, who helped set up all the food, and my friend Nick Alt, standing right there. You did bring the cinnamon buns, didn't you? Have you ever had Duffy rolls? Everyone's had a Duffy roll?
You're the best!
And I like him that he makes them in a mini size because it takes away the guilt. I don't know if it takes away the calories that much, but thank you, Nick, for donating those tonight. We appreciate that. So a lot of people ask me, why did you found the Opportunity Coalition? And I did it for 4 primary reasons. The first, I believe in this thing called free enterprise. I think it's important. I think it separates our country from a great part of the world and has created a lot of opportunity, not only for Americans, but for millions of people throughout the world. We believe in entrepreneurship, people who are risking things to go out and to make a difference, to make a change, to meet a service or a product, and there are several entrepreneurs here this evening who are going to speak to us. I also believe in collaboration between people. Oftentimes, every one of us in our own world, we get busy and we kind of just get time to spend time with people that might be in our industry, or maybe people that live on our street. But rarely do we get the opportunity to collaborate with people doing different things and have different ideas from us. And so the Opportunity Coalition is a place where you can come to learn wisdom from others who have been through it, and to collaborate with people to figure out what can you do to go make a positive change in the world. Already, many new companies have been created through this organization, as well as new employees have been found. So I encourage you when you come here to go across the room to somebody you've never met and say hello. A spark might occur and great change may occur. And we asked a little question, which the question of this evening was, what was the question again, Christina? Were women in your life?
Did you grow up in a household that was pro-women, or did you grow up in a household that was kind of chauvinistic? Because we've got lots of different generations here.
We do. So we asked those questions just to kind of break the ice. I grew up in almost a completely woman household, so I stand on that. Women basically controlled it all.
I'm happy to tell you that the overwhelming majority was pro-women.
Really?
Across the board.
And so for those that were not pro-women, we're going to have a little counseling session. Okay? You've been identified, so come get some. Well, with that, to that end of the goals of the Opportunity Coalition, I'd like to have Christina come up with the business cards that everybody dropped in. And we draw these cards, have someone come up and tell us about themselves or their company in 30 seconds or less. If you go on, I'm going to do that to you. Because I got to keep it tight here. We're going to run a tight ship. Light entry? That's the magic one right there. Anyone else want to drop a card in for a late entry? Now, if for some reason, when we pick the card, and you are not the kind of person who likes to get up in front of a group of strangers, give me this signal, and I'll get another card for you. Okay? Who else do we have here? Good. We see, sir. Okay. In addition to this, our guests have donated a couple of prizes, shall we say, door prizes, that we're going to draw 2 additional cards, and we'll be giving those away later. But first, we're going to start with the person who gets to come up and speak. So with that, I'll hold this. Purnima. One of my favorite people. She's not a radio host fan. No, she's not a Come on up here, Purnima. Now I got the little bell here. 30 seconds.
He knows I talk. My name is Purnima Voria. So want to listen to me. I started the National US-India Chamber of Commerce to promote trade between United States and India 10 years ago, so this is our 10th anniversary. And basically we connect US companies to India and vice versa for trade and investment. Is that short enough?
So clearly we're having mic issues. For those who would like to learn a little bit more about Purnima, I had the opportunity to do a podcast with her, and you can go onto the Opportunity Coalition site, and that interview is on there. She's lived a very interesting life, so thank you, Purnima. Okay, so now we have two giveaways. We usually don't have giveaways, so I'm kind of excited about this. The first giveaway is a Broncos jersey. I think a Bronco player comes with it. Yeah, depends on the recipient. That's all between you guys. And Beth Bowman Wallace, who is with the Broncos, is donating that jersey. I have been told to tell you, no, there's not a Bronco with it, so just let's just and it's an unsigned jersey as well. And it's in a size extra small. No, just kidding.
Oh, I don't want to be responsible.
What do we have? Jeanette?
My guest.
Your guest. So,
Noted author.
so at the end, you talk to Beth and she'll get that coordinated with you. And then we have this bag. There's $100 or $200 or something like that of gift certificates and fun things in here. So this is for that person. Yeah, that one. Abby Jones with Weldo. There you go. So, got me back. Okay. So with that, again, we welcome all of you here to the Opportunity Coalition tonight, because my guess is you have options of where you could be spending your evening. March is the Women's History Month. Did you all know that? Who didn't know that? Kind of I didn't know that either. But yet we organized this event on this particular night, so we're pretty good, aren't we? We didn't realize how good we are. But it was established in 1987. For my topic this evening, I decided to focus my research on the phenomenal advancement and contribution of women since it is Women's History Month. It's a great quote that I came across by Susan B. Anthony. She said this in 1897. "There never will be complete equality until women themselves help make laws and elect lawmakers." She was absolutely right. And in 1920, the women's suffrage movement in America finally secured the right for women to vote. Here's the interesting thing about that. They started, the first bill they submitted to Congress was 40 years prior, in 1878. So think about that. How many things have you been working on in your life to affect change for 40 years? 40 years of staying the course, 40 years that in the end is transformational for a large part of society. At the end of World War II, less than 1/3 of women were in the labor force. From 1963 to 2012, there was an increase of 53% of female participation in the labor force. The peak of their participation in our economy was at 60% in 1999. Now it is about 57%. I would submit to you that all the mothers and all the other women out there is a whole larger percentage than that, and they're providing a phenomenal contribution. But I'm just talking about the labor force for purposes of this talk. Women ages 25 to 64 that have a college degree has tripled since 1970. We have some students here from CU, from the President's Leadership class that I was a part of, and I believe all of them are women, right? I love it. If you don't know about the President's Leadership class, say hi to these people. They're making a positive impact up there. But it's tripled since 1970. 39% of women in the workforce have a college degree now, compared to 11% back in 1970. About 34% of the women at that time had less than a high school education. They didn't graduate from high school, compared to only 6% now. But let's talk about what that translates into earnings, because we often hear, well, women make a lot less, and how are they treated within the workforce? In 1979, women working full-time earned 62% of what a man earned. Today, they're at 82% and rising. The proportion of wives earning more than their husbands has grown from 18% in 1987 to 29% today. In sum, women workers are in demand, and they're being paid more for the contributions that they contribute. The veterans, there's about 11 million veterans in our labor force. 1.4 million of these people are women. Women who have served our country on the front line and now are out working as well. It's about 13%. In 2013, 127.1 million working age women, 16 and older. That was a total amount in America, and 72.7 million of those were actively working. It's about 57% compared to 69% for men. At my firm, North Star Commercial Partners, over 60% of the people that I work with are women. That's how we get so much done at North Star. And I'll be the first one to tell you. But let's focus on Denver for a second. According to NerdWallet, which there is a NerdWallet out there, in case you don't know, if you want to subscribe to it, I didn't know about that until I did my research. Denver is the 7th best city for female business owners. It's home to 11.5 businesses per 100 people, and 30% of those are owned by women. Nationally, women-owned businesses have increased 59% since 1997. Female entrepreneurs run over 8.6 million businesses in the United States, and they generate more than $1.3 trillion to our economy. Who wants to say go women? So, the number of females starting tech companies in the last 3 years has doubled. And according to a Kauffman Foundation, and this is one of my favorite studies of the year, according to a Kauffman Foundation study, women secure 35% higher earnings on their tech companies than their male counterparts. So, the summation. Women continue to have a phenomenal impact in business in the United States and in the world. And if you're smart, you should invest in a women-owned tech company. Just saying, 35% higher returns. So, we are honored to have 4 women with us this evening who are making a transformational impact, not only in Colorado, but around the country. First, we have my friend, Debbie Brown. And you guys can start coming up, but I know you need to get mic'd up as we go. So Debbie leads the Colorado Women's Alliance, a nonprofit organization developing strategies, messaging, and infrastructure focusing on issues that matter most to women. Debbie is also a consultant for Coloradans for Responsible Energy Development, working to provide statewide outreach and coalition building within multiple stakeholder communities. Her experience includes managing congressional and issue campaigns and organizations, and we have a lot of people involved in politics in the room, and they have not only worked with Debbie, or probably have been influenced by a lot of Debbie's work. She has been featured on Fox News, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, just to name a few. Prior to her work in the political and advocacy arena, Debbie was marketing consultant for 12 years with clients in the finance sector. Debbie serves on the Booster Club board for Cherry Creek High School football team, and she's a proud mother of a very good boy. So, yeah, I had to do that. I'm surprised that was in there, but I like it. So next we have Heidi Ganal. Heidi? Heidi is the founder and CEO of Camp Bow Wow. Before coming to the Opportunity Coalition, how many people had not heard of Camp Bow Wow? Raise your hand. Heidi's going to talk to you after. But phenomenal organization. Heidi has faced extraordinary adversity in her life, from the sudden death of her young husband to financial losses. But she has overcome through remarkable perseverance and dedication. In 2000, as a single mom with only $83,000 of a dwindling settlement left, Heidi took a leap of faith and opened Camp Bow Wow, which is now the nation's largest pet care franchise company, the largest. Today, Camp Bow Wow is one of the largest women-led franchise companies, one of the largest and fastest growing brand and pet industry franchises, and the largest pet care company in the world, and an $80 million leader in the $53 billion US pet sector. Think about that, $53 billion, what we spend on our pets. My dog's and cat, I'd spend it all day long, and I'm sure those who are fellow owners would do the same. Outside of leading Camp Bow Wow, Heidi's involved in many programs at the University of Colorado Boulder, in the leadership program of the Rockies. She also runs Moms Fight Back, a nonprofit empowering moms to make social change, and the Bow Wow Buddies Foundation, Camp Bow Wow's 501c3, focused on lending a paw to animals in need. Heidi's the proud mom of Tori, Holly, and toddler twins, Jack and Jen. So with that, we have Beth Boland-Wallace. Beth? Beth is Director of Special Projects for the Denver Broncos. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like the Broncos in here? Does anybody not like the Broncos in here? Because I don't know if I'd allow you to be a part of the opportunity. I'm an avid Broncos fan. She has a passion to support the community that's been loyal to the Denver Broncos. Her work includes supporting Colorado-based nonprofits and charitable foundations. Beth played an integral role in the development of the Ring of Fame Plaza at Sports Authority Field and the recently commemorated statue of her father, Pat Bowlen. Before working for the Denver Broncos, Beth owned and operated Social Butterfly, an event planning and management firm located in Honolulu, Hawaii. You're going to have a firm like that? I'm thinking I'm not sure. She also worked for Nike, directing marketing and event planning services in the Denver metro area. Beth has embraced various public speaking opportunities in Denver and feels a call to encourage young adults and women. Beth is a member of the Greenwood Community Church, and she serves on the following boards: Colorado Uplift, Urban Youth Ministries, Tennyson Center for Children, and the Rocky Mountain Children's Health Foundation. If you don't know about some of those organizations, they're phenomenal, and I encourage you to get engaged with them. Beth received a BS in Sociology from the University of Colorado and is currently completing her final year of law school at the University of Denver. So, with that, Tamara Ward. Tamara is the president and CEO of Colorado Concern, which is a business advocacy association of more than 100 chief executives from across the state. If you get a chance, look at who their membership consists of. It's a who's who. Before joining Colorado Concern, Tamara was the Senior Vice President of Public Affairs and Communications for the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce, where she was responsible for the development and execution of the local, state, and federal government initiatives and political strategy for 3,000 businesses. Tamara is also known for her work on statewide ballot measures. Since 2005, she has led efforts to raise $18.8 million for 3 successful campaigns to support or defeat measures impacting Colorado's economic climate. A 1990 graduate of Baylor University with a degree in journalism and Slavic studies, Tamara's career began on Capitol Hill, where she served as assistant press secretary for Senator Alan Simpson, press secretary for Representative Craig Thomas, and deputy chief of staff for following Thomas's election to the Senate in 1994. So with that, I'll hand the podium over to Debbie. Thank you.